Just wait for a couple of people to jump on. Okay, once you're on, just say hello and where you are. Sometimes Facebook doesn't tell me who's on, so just say hello and where you're viewing from in the world. I've just gotten home, or not home, but to where we're staying in Portugal. It is about 7:30 at night here, and just gotten back from my mother-in-law's house, and my little boy's in bed, and just going to chill out with the family soon. But I thought I would do this first. Hey Sue, how you going? Hey Sam, how are you? So I wanted to do this live stream. I'm doing quite a lot of them at the moment, and if you haven't seen the ones I've done recently, make sure you check them out. If you just scroll through my timeline, or I can tag you in any of them if you want. And I did one this morning, but it would be the day before in Australia for anyone who's in Australia, on how to get to 10K a month. And this one is on overcoming fear to reach your goals. Now, hey, how you going, Sam? So if there's any live streams, the topics that you want me to do, hey Alex, how you going? If there's any topics you want me to do, just comment here, okay? And I will do them on the next ones. So I've been posting a bit recently about how to get to 10K a month, because I know a lot of people want to get there. I know some people are already at 10K and want to double that or more than that, and that's awesome as well. I've helped people get from startups to 80 grand a month, and I've helped people who are already at the $1 million mark get further ahead as well. But I know if you use like big numbers, that's beyond where most people are at. So it's like, let's start with those initial things and build on from there. And when I've been asking about what are the things that are holding you back from reaching your goals, a lot of people have told me it's fear. And a lot of mindset stuff's come up in the conversations I've been having over this last week. Hey Elizabeth, how you going? And so I thought I would do this one on fear. So I don't know, it sounds a bit corny, but you guys might have heard of people using fear as an acronym before. So like false evidence appearing real, and things like that. So what fear is basically, if you're looking at it from NLP perspective, neuro-linguistic programming, basically NLP is all about letting go of the past. So changing your stories from the past of what happened, and changing your perspective on it so you can let go of it, and letting go of future. So future based worry is things like fear, overwhelm, anxiety, things like that, so that you can live in the present. Because the past isn't truth and the future's not truth either. And so we want to be taking action from a place of our current reality. Now, the reason I say the past and the future aren't truth, well, obviously the future isn't because it hasn't happened yet, and the past isn't because it's some distorted view of what happened. It could be, say you and one of your siblings or one of your family members or whatever went through the same thing at the same time, you're both going to have a different opinion on it based on your beliefs and your values and the story that you created, and also your memory as well. So we want to let go of these things that aren't serving us. We want to let go of limiting beliefs. And we want to let go of worrying about the future, what may or may not happen, so that we can be present and take action from that place. Now, with fear, what I found is that overwhelm, fear, anxiety, stress, it's all up in here. Yeah, it's not actual fact. It's not something that you can grab and hold on to. Now, fear is different. The way that I'm thinking about fear, and the way that most people do in not putting themselves out there in business, is, well, what if I don't make it? What if I fail? What if this happens or whatever? It's not actual fear as in trying to keep you safe. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, Fear is there for a reason. And if it means you don't go running in front of a truck, then that's actually good to have that. But in your business, it's not. And it comes from the way that your brain is wired. Like when people were cavemen and women, it's that fight or flight mode. Yeah. Should I stay here and should I fight, or should I run away because this thing's much bigger than me? And in this day and age, though, we don't have that anymore. We still have that wired into our brains, but we don't have that actual physical threat going on in our lives. And so now what it is, it's like the same kind of fight or flight mode in putting up a Facebook post or doing a live stream or speaking on stage or picking up the phone to make a sales call. And it's just not realistic. And it's holding you back from moving forwards and reaching your goals in your business and in your life. And so, like I said before, it gets worse and worse in our head. The more that you think about it, the more it builds in your head and the worse and worse it gets. So what we need to do is a few things, really. It's about, first of all, visualizing something different. And that helps you then to start believing something different. And then you need to start telling yourself something different and taking action from that place. So I'll give you an example of that. When I compete in powerlifting, and when I do my powerlifting, I used to, the night before or even leading up to the competition, I would have all this stuff going on in my head of, like, for example, with squats, because they're the scariest for me up on stage. And with my squats, I would have this picture, this vision going over and over in my head as I was trying to get to sleep of me failing the lift, falling. And I have fell on my first competition. I fell on my squat. And luckily the spotter behind me caught it and it all worked out fine. But I had that kind of playing over and over in my head. And so the more that we think of that worst case scenario, the more like we get what we focus on, right? So it's going to happen, or you've got more probability of it happening when you're thinking about that worst case scenario, because in the moment you've been thinking about it over and over again, and you're going to get stressed and you're going to be thinking about the worst case scenario, not the best. So to change that, it's about starting to think about the best possible scenario. So I started visualizing in my head, in powerlifting, we need to get at least 2 or 3 white lights for the lift to pass. So I would picture myself squatting down to depth, coming back up, standing up, back up fine, seeing the 3 white lights, my coach giving me a high five, everyone clapping and cheering, and me walking off with a big smile on my face. And I replayed that over and over and over again in my mind. And then when I would go to states or nationals or these different events, and there'd be all these people around me pacing up and down, stressing out, freaking themselves out, I was just really, really calm. And the more comps I ended up doing, the more calm I got, the stronger my mindset became, and the more I did these visualizations and did this work on myself in my business, but then related that to my powerlifting, the calmer I got at each event. And, like I wasn't winning any, I got 3rd at states, but I'm not up there as one of the best powerlifters or anything like that. But it's still quite nerve-wracking. And to be able to have that control over your mindset is really important in sports, in relationships, in life in general. But if you can do that in your business, if you can have a really strong mindset in your business, everything becomes so much easier. So relating that story then to business, it's about visualizing and focusing on what you do want, not what you don't want. So many people, they look at, people who are making a lot of money that they hate, that they think are just materialistic, or they've stolen money for people, or they're assholes or whatever. They're looking at all these people who they don't want to be and using them as an example of, well, all rich people are dickheads, or all rich people are materialistic. You want to be looking at role models and people who have done what you want to do in a way that matches your lifestyle that you want, and also your values and your belief system as well. And like I said before, if what you focus on is what you get, then you really want to focus on surrounding yourself with these people who are the right role models for you, whether it's mentors or people people that like that you follow online, or friends or family or whatever. So that's the first step, really. Yeah, focusing on what you do want, getting that vision of what you want, and starting to form your beliefs around that. Then the next thing is taking action. Yeah, like I said before, fear gets worse when we overthink it, and when you're paralyzed, when you're stuck, and when you're not moving forwards. What happens when you take action is you build self-belief. You realize that you can do it because you're doing it. You build confidence, and the fear and the overwhelm and the anxiety start to go away. Now, you don't have to be the best at it. You're not going to be the best the first time you do something. First time you do a live stream or speak on stage or do a sales call or write a post or whatever, you're not going to be the best at it if you haven't done it before, or if you haven't done it consistently or done it for a long time. And that's okay. The first time you ever did a coaching session or a training session, or the first time you ever, I don't know, drove a car, or anything that is just normal and a natural habit to you now, you weren't great at it. You had to practice and you had to learn to get better at it. So it's the same with marketing, same with sales, same with anything in business. You need to take that action on a consistent basis, not just every now and again, so that you get better at it. And to get better at it as fast as possible, you do it as consistently and as frequently as possible. Not once a week, not once a month, not every now and again, every single day. Yeah. So you've just got to take that action, basically, because you can either, and you can think like, what is it currently costing you to hold yourself back? Yeah. What's it costing you mentally, emotionally, in your relationships, whether you have a partner or with friends or family or whatever? What's it costing you with the clients that you're attracting into your business? Are they your ideal clients, or are they a headache? Because you attract people into your life because of the energy that you're putting out there. Yeah. So whether it's a relationship, family, friends, clients, mentor, whatever, you're going to attract the people into your life from where you're at. So if your clients aren't paying you on time, or they constantly bitch and moan, or they won't listen to you, or they're, I don't know, whatever's happening, that's all on you. And you've got to take 100% responsibility for that. You've got to take 100% responsibility for everything in your business and go, okay, well, why is this happening? What do I need to change about myself to attract something different? Earlier this year and over the last few years, I kept attracting assistants into my business who weren't the right fit. I had an amazing assistant earlier this year, but most of them just weren't the right fit. And, you know, I was paying minimum. I was paying $20 an hour, which in Australia isn't that much. For anyone in England or America, it probably sounds like a lot. And people were working like 5 to 15 hours a week for me, usually around 10 hours a week. And also, I was trying to be their friend. I was going out to concerts and doing things with them, trying to be their friend. When we were sitting there working, they'd be having a bitch about their life or talking about things going on in their life. And after a while, after losing another one, or me having to fire her, my old mindset coach said, okay, you've got to look at yourself. The common denominator is you. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a tough one. And so I had to look within myself and realize what I was doing wrong. And I was like, okay, I need to step up as a leader, and I need to stop trying to be their friend and stop being a pushover and have clear rules and boundaries in my business. And now that I've done that, I have an amazing assistant who works 30 hours a week for me. So she does a lot more hours than I've ever offered anyone, and I pay her a lot more than I've ever paid anyone. But I've got a higher skill set because of that in her, and a higher level of work ethic as well. She sometimes I have to tell her to stop working at night. Like she'll work till midnight for me sometimes, and I don't even ask her to. But she's got that strong work ethic. Yeah. So bit of a tangent there, but it's all relative. So you got to think about what it's costing you in all areas, mentally, emotionally, mindset wise. Hey Ryan, how you going? With your relationships, with your health, with your finances, with the opportunities that you're missing, and think about the goals and the life that you actually do want, and that has to be more important, and your driver has to be more important to push towards that than it is to stay stuck. And I've been there. In 2014, if you guys watch my other live stream, I touched on this a little bit. I was procrastinating, I was in a shitty mindset, and I couldn't pull myself out of it for a long time. And every day that we waste, that we scroll through Facebook, or we binge watch Netflix, or we just stuff around doing the things that aren't important, that aren't actually bringing more people in, aren't giving people value, aren't bringing you more money, the things that will grow your business, if you're not focusing on those things, that's time that you're wasting. And so many people have been going on about so many people have been saying fuck 2016 lately because so many people have died. Whilst I don't believe in that attitude, anytime that someone dies, whether it's a celebrity or someone close to you, it reminds you that life is short. Yeah, we don't know how long we have on this earth, and it might sound corny or like a cliche, but we really don't. And so now, like wasting that time in 2014, now I want to make the most of every single day. And that doesn't mean you got to work 15 hours, 20 hours a day. Some days you might have to do long days, but other days it might be about being 100% present with your family or chilling out. My days at the moment, I was up around 4:30 this morning. I was doing coaching calls from 5 a.m. till about 11 a.m. and in between them and after that, getting some work done as well and doing a live stream and getting back to my clients. And then after that, I went out to my partner's mum's for lunch, and we spent some time there, spent some time being present with the kids, read a book, wrote some notes, wrote some content, had a nap in the sun. Like, my day isn't just bam, 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 just working and pushing all the time, but there's a mixture of the things that balance my life and make me feel good. And anything that I'm doing, I make the most of it, and I do things that are important to me. I don't waste time anymore. So if you're currently procrastinating or living in fear or holding yourself back, you've got to think about how important the goals are to you. And if it's not that important and you just can't push yourself forwards, then go and work for someone else. Yeah? But if you're really serious about reaching your goals, you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. And so overcoming that fear is just taking that first step and taking action. And trust me, when you take that first step, when you go out and put yourself out there, you'll go, oh, it wasn't even that hard. What was I worried about? So I want you to comment in the comment section right now, what's that one biggest thing that you've been putting off doing lately? Or you might have been putting off doing it for a while. Is it a live stream? Is it a sales call? Is it calling old leads? Is it putting up a video or a free offer? Is it speaking on stage or running a seminar or a workshop? Is it going to a networking event? Is it investing in yourself, in learning about something that you need to learn about from a mentor or doing a course? Is it getting your finances in order? Is it putting up a really open and honest post on Facebook? Like, comment, guys. I'm expecting some comments here. Write down what's that biggest thing. Because if you're really serious about moving forwards, you'll comment with that instead of being quiet. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Terry. So for anyone who's just jumped on, make sure you watch the start later on. But I was just getting people to comment. No one's commented yet. Getting people to comment with the biggest thing that they've been holding themselves back in business at the moment. So whether it's doing a live stream or public speaking or, hey Tanya. So just commenting here, the biggest thing that you've been holding yourself back out of fear at the moment. If it's a seminar, thank you. It's a crystal I got from the shops the other day, and my daughter got one as well. She got a different crystal. So just writing here, what's that big thing that scares you of putting yourself out there? A sales call, a Facebook post, a live stream, talking in front of people, doing a workshop or a seminar or speaking on stage. Comment here and write what it is. Sue said doing a computer course is one, but I have that written in my goals. Awesome. So do you have a deadline of when you're going to do that, Sue? Hey, JC. I'm in Portugal, Terry. And I'm here for another week and a half. And then I go to London for 2 days. And then I fly to Cyprus for 2 days and stay in my mentor's mansion pretty much by the beach. And then I'm in Santorini for 2 days doing a photo shoot for the business. And then I go to Barcelona for, I think it's like 5 days. And then we fly back to Australia mid-January, like 19th of Jan we get back. That's why I haven't been in the gym, Terry. I've been training here though. I got really bad DOMs at the moment. Alex said, I genuinely have no idea where to begin apart from people approaching me, but you just reeled off great options. Awesome. So yeah, choose one of those, Alex. What one are you going to do? Sue said I have to look up the dates they run them, then we'll book it in. Awesome. And also, Sue, because you're in PT Mastermind in my group, there's John in there that you can ask IT questions to as well. Or if you don't want to learn it, just outsource it. So what's your one thing, Alex? And everyone else, I know there's some people in here that probably aren't in business, but anyone who is in business, what's that one thing that you're holding yourself back from doing in your business that you're scared to do? Sam, if you're still on, I want you to comment. Elizabeth, Ryan, Tanya. Sue said I need him here right next to me. But the thing is, in business, you don't necessarily need to get better at the things that you're bad at. It's good to have a good understanding of most things. I hate IT. I know how to do it. I know how to do a website, a membership site, sales pages, landing pages, things like that. I taught myself how to do it with YouTube videos in 2014 when I was holding myself back. But I hate doing it. So I just outsource it most of the time because someone else can do it far quicker than me and they're better at it and they love doing it, where my time is better spent doing the things that I love, creating content, speaking to people, doing sales, doing coaching, and thinking about the big picture. It's the same with cleaning the house. I have a cleaner. I have done for years. I don't clean my house because I hate it. And so I pay someone, like, what do I pay her? $200 a month to come twice. And, but that's like, my house is big as well. So she spends about at least, I reckon, 6 hours. So I can make a lot more than $200 in 6 hours. Yeah. I could make that in, well, depending on the person. Sue, you signed up to my course in like 5 minutes, right? But you know what I mean? My time is better spent on sales calls or giving value to my clients or giving value to my followers or doing things that I actually love and fill me up. It doesn't even have to be business related. It doesn't have to be things that make you money. It could be being present and spending time with people that you love or having a nap. Yeah. Awesome, Alex. Yeah, do a video. Then don't say you could probably do it. Say you will do it. Yeah, it's all in what you tell yourself as well. And you're funny, Alex. Like your snaps and your posts that you put up, like just show your personality and your sense of humor. People will love it. So with your okay, I'll read yours in a sec, Sue, but just finishing with Alex. So I wouldn't say my issue is fear, though I think we all get fear of it fucking up. It's more knowing that if I can execute something, it's proven and effective. Yeah, okay. So just stop overthinking it and just take action. Because doing something is better than doing nothing. And yeah, doing something is far better than doing nothing. And it's not going to be a fuck up if you're helping someone. Just choose something that you know your target market or your ideal clients or your current clients are struggling with, and do a thing on that. Hey, Michael. Awesome. Do a video. Yeah. So I'll put up, if choose something they're struggling with, whether it's your current clients and ask them, or something that you know people are struggling with and do a video on that. Or just put a post up saying, what's the biggest thing you're struggling with your health and fitness at the moment, or with your nutrition, or with whatever. Yeah. And then do it on that. Do it on the biggest one that people talk about. Hey, Gary, how you going? So Sue said, I like outsourcing stuff. It makes sense, but I think it will help me in lots of areas. Yes, I did. I might have to get rid of my cleaner now. Or just make some more money, Sue. And Kelly said, love watching your videos. I have to go now as Tori just woke up, but we'll come back on later and watch the rest. Awesome. Yeah, I had a good Christmas. Hope you did too, Kelly. Yeah, if you've got any questions later, just let me know. So I'm going to finish up. Sorry for anyone who just jumped on towards the end of this, but if you jumped on towards the end, make sure you watch the start. Does anyone else have any last questions before I go? And anyone who's watching this afterwards, comment below and I'll answer any questions that pop up afterwards as well. If there's any topics of anything that you want me to do any future live streams on, just let me know. Anything you're struggling with or want to learn more about. I've also got my free group, the Community of Kick-Ass Action Takers, if you want to search that on Facebook and join us there. And I'm also offering a couple of strategy calls over the next week or so, where we plan out it's not like just talking to you about if I could help you or whatever, like a lot of people do on strategy calls. It's actually having a chat about where you're currently at and what your goals are for 2017, or if you don't know, getting clarity on that and helping you actually put an action plan in place to achieve that. So if you'd like to grab one of those, I have a couple of spots left over the next week, or like till the end of next week. So just either comment here or shoot me a personal message and I'll tee up a time with you. But does anyone have any further questions before I go? So basically, as a recap, visualize and focus on what you do want, not what you don't want, and surround yourself with people who fit your values and your beliefs and who've done what you want to do in the way that you want to do it, that fits your values, your beliefs, and your lifestyle. Visualize and set your goals and create beliefs and empowering beliefs around what you want. Live in the present, let go of the past, let go of the future so you can live in the present and make decisions from that place. And being able to let go of fear, anxiety, and overwhelm comes from just taking action. Your confidence, your self-belief will build with action. You've just got to go out there and take that first step. Awesome. Thanks, Alex. That's okay. Any other questions, guys? I love doing these. Hate sitting behind a computer screen for too long. I love connecting with people. And again, it's like I was saying, focus on your strengths, yeah? If you're shit at talking, don't do a video or a live stream or public speaking. If you can get good at things if you want to get good at it. Hey Emma, sorry I didn't know you were on. Facebook's weird with what it says. Thank you. Thanks, Sue. You're always good for my confidence. I'm confident anyway, but Sue always gives me compliments all the time. It's lovely. So yeah, you can get better at things that if you want to get better at it, but focus on your strengths. Yeah. I love connecting with people. I'm an extrovert. It lifts me up. So I love doing things like this and face-to-face events and retreats and things like that. My retreat I ran in Thailand was amazing. And like we were so connected. But I don't like writing as much as I like doing videos and audios. So I'll do podcasts and get people interview me, or I'll interview people, or I'll prefer to talk than write. So do what you're good at. Follow your strengths. So if you haven't written on here what you're going to do, what's that one thing that you've been holding back from doing, comment with it here and then just go out and take action on it today. If you want to grab one of those calls, just send me a personal message or comment on here. And if you've got any further questions, feel free to ask me anytime. Have a good day if you're in Australia. Have a good night if you're in UK and Europe or wherever you are in the world. I know there's some Americans on here as well. I don't know what time of day it is in the US, sorry. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.